So when you think of fast food, you probably think messy burgers and greasy fries, but you're not wrong, you're absolutely right. But did you know that some burgers at fast food restaurants have more protein than a bodybuilder's meal? So for the next 24 hours, every fast food restaurant I visit, I have to order the highest protein item, starting with Dunkin' Donuts. Let's go. For this challenge, I gave myself 3 rules. First, I can only eat at fast food spots that have a drive-thru. Second, the restaurant has to be a nationwide chain, so no local favorites. And third, I can't go back to the same place twice. Every meal has to be from a different restaurant. Your daily protein needs really depend on your lifestyle and activity level. If you're someone who trains regularly, a good rule of thumb is about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Thank you. Baggage secured. I mean package secured, not baggage secured. Alright, so our first meal is Dunkin' Donuts sourdough breakfast sandwich. This has 650 calories and 31 grams of protein. It is mind-blowing to see a breakfast sandwich from Dunkin' Donuts that has over 30 grams of protein. It has eggs, bacon, cheese. Damn, look at these eggs. These eggs look like they're cooked well. I doubt they cook them in the restaurant. These are probably all pre-cooked stuff, but I could definitely smell the sourdough. I like the bacon, it's smoky. The cheese is melted, but not extremely melted. So everything in here is pretty straightforward. They have all the ingredients that you need for a breakfast sandwich with the eggs, with the bacon, with the cheese. They don't even have sauce in here. Using real cheese, using real bacon, using pre-cooked eggs. And as I keep eating the sourdough bread, it's not bad at all. It's not stale. I also got some hot sauce. Let's try this out with their hot sauce. I've never had Dunkin' Donuts hot sauce. I've never actually eaten at Dunkin' Donuts except eating their donuts. Like, I've never gotten a breakfast sandwich there. Never, yeah, I just haven't had anything except a donut from Dunkin' Donuts. So this is all new to me, but I'm genuinely impressed. If I want a breakfast sandwich in the morning, kind of on a diet, and I want to hit my goals with my protein, I would come here and get this, 31 grams of protein. Now, how much sodium does this have? 1,360 milligrams. That's a lot of sodium for one item. And how much fat does this have? 32 grams of fat and 58 grams of carbs. So the fat is not bad. The fat's probably coming from the bacon and the egg yolks and a little bit of the cheese, but that's pretty much the whole thing though. That's pretty much the whole sandwich except the bread. Yes, this definitely needs some sauce, and the hot sauce is definitely doing it for me. I'm gonna finish this up and then we're gonna go straight to the gym. I'm doing a full body workout. So hopefully this sandwich is going to give me enough fuel to fuel my full body workout. I was genuinely impressed with their breakfast sandwich. It tasted fresh and made with quality ingredients. I give it a solid 8.1 out of 10. Made it to the gym. I'm ready for my full body workout. I'm starting off with chest flies just to warm up, and then I'm gonna do another chest workout. So I've been doing this full body workout lately for about like 2 or 3 weeks now, and it's been working very well. So with this full body workout, my goal is to do 1 exercise per body part. However, if I'm doing a light exercise on a body part, I'll do 2 exercises. For example, I'm doing chest flies. That's not enough for my chest, so then I'll do another chest exercise. Or if I'm doing shoulders and I'm doing shoulder lateral raises, that's not enough for just shoulders, so then I would do another shoulder exercise. But if I'm doing deadlifts for back, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do deadlifts. So if I'm doing a big compound movement for a specific muscle, I'm not going to do any other exercises on that muscle. So let's start with the chest fly, and let's see how this Dunkin' Donuts is gonna fuel me up. I like to start chest flies light with higher volume just to get the chest warmed up. Once I'm feeling loose and activated, I move on to a heavier compound movement. My go-to compound movement for chest is this flat press machine. I prefer it over the free weight bench press since I'm not a big fan of that, and this machine really lets me isolate my chest. Now I moved on to legs. Started with seated leg curls and then leg extensions. The only downside of this full body routine is having to train legs every session. Pro tip guys, lean forward on the seated leg curl. You'll feel your hamstrings working even more. So my workout is so far going pretty well. I didn't eat that much, so I just had like 1 breakfast sandwich. So I wasn't expecting myself to be like overly drained, nor did I have a lot of greasy food. I just had a breakfast sandwich that was slightly healthy. So I'm gonna finish off with this, and then I'm gonna do some shoulders, biceps, triceps, calves, and abs. And that is it for today. Just wrapping up my last set for legs, and I'm pretty excited. Next, I'm moving on to shoulders with lateral raises. I like to go lighter here and focus on higher volume. I'll finish off with triceps, and I actually did not film the rest of my workout because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I forgot to film. Meal number 3, the golden arches. Let's go. After a solid full body workout, this post-workout meal is going to hit the spot, especially since I'm going for the highest protein option. All right, so I placed my order, waited for my order to come in. It was $8.50 for a double quarter pounder. This has about 48 grams of protein and about 750 calories. So this has a lot more than the previous meal I had. However, it has a lot more protein, 42 grams of fat, 43 grams of carbs, and 1,360 milligrams of sodium. Yeah, it's right. It has 1,360 milligrams of sodium. Wow, this has as much sodium as a Dunkin Donuts breakfast sandwich I had in the morning. That is insane. I didn't know that. But let's take a little, oh, the pickle just slipped out. It was warm. This came out fresh out of the heat lamp. It's hot. So this burger is well equipped with cheese, onions, ketchup, and mustard. It is very salty. If I were to eat this as a diet meal to get my protein in every single time, my arteries would be clogged like within 24 hours. As just a good old burger, I rate this a 7.9 out of 10, but as a high protein meal for hitting diet goals, it's like more of a 4 out of 10. It's definitely not the most ideal option for protein. Next up, Chick-fil-A. It's not gonna be hard to get a lean grilled chicken with a ton of protein, so let's go get some Chick-fil-A. All right, so here it is. I've got their chicken cool wrap with a avocado lime ranch. So this was, how much was this? So this was $10.72. The most expensive thing I had today, and it's quite small. But when you come to Chick-fil-A, you don't have an issue getting anything grilled, kind of healthy. I'm not gonna say they're very healthy, but they're a lot healthier than your typical fast food restaurant. I've never had a wrap from Chick-fil-A. Every time I come here, I either get their grilled chicken sandwich or I get their spicy deluxe chicken sandwich, which is a fried chicken sandwich. I will never come here to get this, but if I really have to hit my protein, I would get this. Yes, I would come here and get this. However, this has 43 grams of protein, 660 calories, and 1,420 milligrams of sodium. This has more sodium than that quarter pounder. What macros on this is quite shocking. I'm very shocked at how terrible they are. I mean, maybe it's from the dressing. I kept trying to find out if the dressing was included in the macros. The dressing has another 300 calories, which I'm probably gonna use because this pretty much just has cheese, lettuce, chicken, and tortilla. That's it. It is 900 calories. The sauce makes it. The sauce is tangy, vinegary. It's very flavorful. It's definitely bringing this a step above what it was before. If people come here to get this, are they thinking that it's healthy and low on calories, or are they just eating it because they like it? This wrap was pretty mid. I mean, I would never go to Chick-fil-A to eat this. However, it is on the menu, so I guess people are ordering it. It's very bland. I rate this a 4.5 out of 10. All right, so while I was waiting for the food to digest, I decided to go for a walk to burn some calories, getting my steps to prepare for my last meal. After successfully completing my walk, now I'm on my way to my last meal. And with our last stop, Arby's. Let's go see how much protein I can get at Arby's. And I'm in a public parking lot that's very busy and everybody's staring at me. But let's go to Arby's and see how much protein we could get. Go ahead, no problem. So I'm checking the menu right now. Where was it? Can I get your half-pound beef and cheddar? Okay. Just a sandwich. Thank you. All right, so I've got the half-pound beef with cheddar, and I'm struggling to open the box here. So this specific sandwich has cheese, loads of meat, and barbecue sauce on the bottom. So the total cost of this sandwich was $11.09. Quite a hefty price. But it's also quite a heavy sandwich. So as I was getting the napkins, I found out that they have a sauce station where they have like 4 different sauces, but I just got one sauce right now. It's a Dijon mustard sauce. I'm excited for this. However, is it gonna be healthy? No. So let me give you guys the macros of the sandwich. 740 calories, 49 grams of protein, 48 grams of carb, 39 grams of fat. Can you guys guess the sodium? 2,530 milligrams. That is insane. I don't want to do this inside this restaurant, but the cheese tastes awful. Has a very weird aftertaste and it's bitter. The sandwich is ass. It is so salty. I don't want to be a complainer here. I don't want to be that guy that complains every single time. But this sandwich sucks. Let's see if the Dijon mustard sauce is going to save this sandwich right now. A little better. Just a little better. It's like masking the taste of that cheddar. So my last two meals so far were fairly disappointing. The Chick-fil-A wrap was pretty disappointing. It was very bland. This Arby sandwich is worse than that Chick-fil-A wrap. I was seriously disappointed in the sandwich. It had a weird taste and it was so bitter. I rate this a 2.1 out of 10 and so long, Junior, so long. We finally wrapped up this journey and I ended the day with 171 grams of protein and just over 2,790 calories. The protein to calorie ratio wasn't the best though. Just because these meals pack a lot of protein doesn't necessarily make them healthy. The calories and fats are still really high and at the end of the day, it's always better to cook your own meals if you're trying to hit your protein goals. But if you're on a pinch, at least you know that there are some options out there.